Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be doing our third in our 25 days of Christmas sketches series. And we're going to be using this Operation Right Home sketch. And I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite sketches of theirs. I love to use it. It allows you that little thin strip to be able to do glitter cardstock. You can do foil. I mean, there's so many different options you can do with this. And it's simple, yet it can be really pretty. So to get started, I knew for my center or the main image, I wanted to use a stamp set that I got from Blue Bunny. And I'm just gonna stamp the Christmas tree, which is perfect by itself. It's got all these swirls and stuff. I'm using the Hero Arts Intense black ink. And this one, I want to say you can use markers with it. I've never tried, but I think you can. If anybody knows, write a comment down below just so that way we can stay straight. But I think you can use it with this. And I'm just going to press down. I like to use a rag, or if you have like sleeve, the long sleeve, you can use the end of the sleeve just to help give you even pressure going over your image. And we're going to ink it up again and then stamp it one more time because since this is the main image, this is it, I want to make sure that it has really good coverage. And then once we stamp it the second time, we're going to set it off to the side because we stamped it twice. We want to give it time to kind of not chill, but kind of chill, dry. Make sure it should dry pretty quick, but if I can, usually I try to remember to stamp first. So this is the card base we're going to use. I've got it cut at 4¼ by 5½. So it's 4¼ by 11, folded at 5½. And then we're using our ATG tape and the art glitter glue. And on this, we're going to be matting with 4⅛ by 5�3. And we're using the craft color cardstock. And we're going to place that down. And like I said, if you ever have trouble getting it even with the cardstock already attached to your mat, then do the mat first. Put the mat down. Go ahead and tape up your next piece. Put that down. You want to kind of do like, not mix and match, but it's a little bit of both. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. All right, so on this one, the pattern paper, we're using the trees for the background. I thought that'd be really cute with the tree as the focal image. There is some method to the madness sometimes. And any spot where it was a little drier, I didn't have any glue, I just put a little dollop. And then on this part, I'm going to go ahead and cut my little banner into the end. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece to its mat. And for all my mat pieces, whenever I'm doing Operation Right Home, if they don't indicate a mat, I always try to put 1/8 of an inch. It's just sometimes I'll decide that I don't want to, and it's just personal preference, really. You can do it without, you can do it with. If you got a lot of busy patterns, really busy patterns, then I would suggest adding a mat to help differentiate between the different layers. I hope I said that word right. All right, so once we got this this piece attached, I'm gonna go ahead and attach my gold foil, which is gonna go right down the center. Just using some of that art glitter glue again. And then once we get this piece down, we're going to attach our focal image, and the card is basically done. And for the focal image, you can use foam tape. You can use just tape it straight to the package, the card itself, Or like for me, I wanted to use the foam on one side and I'm just going to use tape on the other because of the thickness in the layers. I don't need to put the foam tape on all of the sides, if that makes sense. So we're going to just attach some more of the glue and then go ahead and place this down. And really, this is probably one of those card sketches that would be easy to mass produce. You can make a bunch of them because it's a minimal amount that you have to actually cut, you know what I mean? It kind of lends to you being able to do a little bit more. And then for the sentiment, I decided to use one of the stickers from the sticker sheet. And with the sticker sheet, you can leave it with the sticker, like the adhesive behind it, but I always add a little bit of art glitter glue because I want to make sure that it stays and that it's secure. And so what I just did there is I had a little scrap piece of the foil, and to bring it over to the right side, I just put a little piece behind the sentiment to give it a little extra flair. And then that's the other card I did off camera to try and figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And so to finish this one off, instead of using the Nouveau drops, I'm going to just lay out a few of the sequins and give it a little bit of sparkle that way. And for me, I like to leave it in odd numbers. And if I'm not going to put it up by the tree, then I'm going to kind of keep them clustered towards the bottom and around the sentiment area. All right, and I always keep this little container of sequins on my desk because you never know when you want to add a sequin to a project. And this one has like 3 different sizes, so it works really well. And I'm just adding the smaller sizes, and I think I've gotten up to, I might have like 5 on there. See, that's the problem with sequins. You always say, let's do odd. So you think 3 would be a good number. And then you're like, no. So you have to add 1 more. And then you're like, no, I want to stay odd. So then you got to add another. And next thing you know, you have about 20 on your card. But I held restraint this time. And I think I left it at just 5. So sometimes I put a little bit of a glue on the back of the sequin and then lay it down. Sometimes I put the glue down on the actual project itself. And then I'm just using my reverse tweezers to kind of lay it into its place. It's up to you. I know you can use your like Marvy jewel pickup tool as well. Some people have the katana. I don't have that one, and I'm okay because I don't really do a whole lot with the jewels to warrant to purchase that at this time. Maybe someday. All right, so there's that card. And then we're going to do this last one over here, and then the card will be complete. And it's fun. You know, it's a little bit, it's on the simpler side, meaning that you just have to stamp and then, you know, set up your card. And it's very few pieces of actual pattern paper, but it's still fun. And I love, like I said, I love this sketch because you can do it horizontal, or vertical like we're doing right now, and you could also turn it and do it as a vertical card and it would be just as pretty, and you could still do your focal image, and it gives it just a different dynamic. So that's what I love about sketches. All right, and we're coming down to our last, I think I have one final, it's a small one. We're going to attach right at the bottom here underneath the sentiment, and that is it. And now that one's done too. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And if you have any comments or questions, you can always leave them down below. I definitely try and read and comment on all of the ones that are left for me. And I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a great day.